Hello, everyone. So it's Wednesday night, and I know normally we don't have team calls on Wednesdays, but today we, of course, have a team call. I was away yesterday, and I was on an airplane actually during our team call. So it's tonight, and I know many of you guys couldn't get on, but that's okay. I'm still gonna have a recording for you guys to listen to whenever you may have a free moment. So tonight we're gonna talk about something that I find myself personally really good at. It's following up. I find personally inviting is harder than following up. The follow-up is what really seals the deal. And if you aren't following up with people, you're literally leaving money and business on the table. And I don't know if you're anything like me, but seriously, that's not okay in my book. So I make sure I follow up with people fairly often, actually, and I follow up in different ways. So sometimes when I ask you guys, oh, I know so-and-so was in the sneak peek week. Say her name's Sally. I know you had Sally in the sneak peek week. What happened? And oftentimes you guys will be like, oh, well, I followed up with her, but she didn't answer. And I said, well, how'd you follow up? And usually you guys are like, how was the sneak peek week? And I do that too. But then sometimes if you put just a little bit more thought and a little bit more, relationship skills into that, and you ask the person like, hey, Sally, I saw your new car. Like, I'm so proud of you. Like, do you love your new car or what? Something like that. Or I actually, before I follow up with people, I look on their Facebook timelines. I look to see what they're up to. Oftentimes in the summer, they're on trips. Maybe they just graduated school. They're in school. They have kids that graduated school. I know, say I was following up with my mom. Okay, and she wasn't my mom, and she was just a person on my Facebook page. I would, message her instead of saying, hey, Marie, like, how was the sneak peek week? And then she didn't answer. And then I wouldn't say the same thing again, like, hey, Marie, I know you saw my message, but you didn't answer. No, I wouldn't say that. Instead, I would say, hey, Marie, I saw you were in California. How was it? Was the weather great? I saw you guys went for a hike. How was it? Was it a hard hike? Something like that. And just really, put some oomph into it and put yourself in the person's shoes and talk to them. How would you want to be treated when you were talked to? Honestly, I talk to my contacts like they're my best friends. I get to know them. I get to know their boyfriends' names, their husbands' names. I get to know all about them, their kids' names, what they do for work, their favorite things, sometimes what gym they go to. Like, seriously, I know so much about the people I talk to, and I love it. And then there's no pressure when you are following up, because they just think, you're talking to them. Because you're just simply following up with an old friend, When I text my best friend, Michaela or Sam, I wouldn't say, hey, did you finish your enrollment? No, instead I would say, hey, girl, how are you doing? Like, I haven't heard from you. What's up? So really just treat your prospects or your friends just like your friends. That's it. That's what they are. This business is about literally adding to your friend network. That's it. It's not about how many challenge packs you sell, but how many lives you help and how many friends you help. Friends help friends, right? Car salesmen sell. No, we don't do that. We aren't those grimy, sorry if you're a car salesman listening to this, but I know my experience. When we had a car salesman, we still talk about him because he sucked, not lying. He was the worst salesman I've ever talked to in my life. He was so jumpy. They still call us to this day about the car, and we sold the car because it was terrible, and they still think we have it. So clearly they didn't follow up the right way. So I want you guys to use that as an example of how not to follow up with people. Make it, I know we have scripts, and those are great, especially for new coaches to follow along, but don't just use scripts, because you want to make things as personal as possible. I know before, I'll tell you a story that I have, and honestly, I was wrong in it. Let me just close up my tabs. They're distracting. I was wrong when I first started as a coach. And why did my business not take off? Okay. I mean, it didn't take off at first because I wasn't adding to my network consistently. I was using scripts, and I was not, I was trying to make a shortcut. If you're trying to make a shortcut, it's not going to work. Okay. Let me tell you right now, because I tried and I failed. So I want you guys, I'm telling you everything that I know in order to shorten the learning process for you guys, in order for you guys to take off and succeed past what I've been able to accomplish in 18 months. Oh my gosh, what was I saying? I was saying, How I used to follow up with people. So I used to follow up with people, same follow up every month, you know, like, hey, so-and-so, I want to invite you to my challenge group. Guess what? I got no answers. I had over 100 customers in my Team Beachbody online, and I was getting 0 answers. None of my leads were answering me. And I know sometimes leads just don't answer because they don't answer. But once I changed my approach, people have responded better. I have leads that are now, you know, coaches and challengers. I have leads answering me, setting up phone calls for help. I have more people reaching out to me and answering. I mean, don't get me wrong. Still, sometimes when you are messaging people, if you are messaging people and always getting an answer, you are not messaging enough people. That's what I would say. I would say about 7, say I send 10 messages, I would say only 6 out of 7 answer. Okay. And I used to get so discouraged that I wouldn't send any more messages to those people. I would cross them off my list. I would say, you know what? They don't like me anymore. Like, seriously, that's what my mindset was so wrong. And I want to make sure you guys listen to the Colleen Eddy call she did for Team Fit Revolution about mindset. And that really was a game changer for me when I changed my mindset. It opened up, you know, the doors to things. And I know you guys don't know the whole details, but I was working for a really big goal today. I wanted to get back to rank because it's qualification right now. And I know I literally asked my mom, like, in the beginning of the week, I was like, oh my God, I'm so stressed out. I'm so nervous, like running around. I'm not even kidding. And I literally stopped myself and I said, what good is being nervous and being stressed out? What good is that going to do for me? That's not going to bring me any closer to my goal. That's going to bring me 10 times further from my goal. So I literally said, you know what? If it's meant to be, it's going to happen. I'm going to work my ass off to get there. If you guys don't know who I am, I work so hard behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know. So I was on the airplane last night for over 6 hours working, sending hundreds of messages. I was following up. None of those follow-ups were the same, okay? Yes, they take longer, but yes, they work better. I had a new coach sign up today, a coach that actually was a coach in the past, you know who you are, and she is a rock star, and I got her to sign up, and I'm so excited to have her. And guess what? If I sent a generic follow-up to her, it wouldn't have worked. She would have been like, okay, I don't need another, template message, you know? Even when I send people information about challenge groups now, I don't just send a template. I used to. And it doesn't work. You want to personalize it to people. So I always get to know people. When they ask me for more information, I say, first, can you let me know how I can help you best? What are your goals? What are your struggles? How can I help you best? And I take note on that. I have a spreadsheet. It's a Google Doc. I will give you guys a template. I know I totally forgot to give one before. But we have plenty of contact sheets on there already. But I have their name. I used to include when I followed up with them on there, but instead I track, you know, the dates and who I followed up with on a notebook, you know, that I use for Beachbody. Actually, I have it right next to me. So I do the name. I do my main way I contact them, whether it's Facebook or email or text or whatever. And then I have alternate information, and it's usually like their email or, you know, something like that. And then I have notes about them and how I met them. So I know, you know, exactly how I met them, because before I didn't do that. And when you start adding to your network, like you should be, you know, almost 100 people a week sometimes for me, I forget how I added people. Like, I don't forget who the people are, but I don't remember how I met them sometimes. So I want to make sure you guys, you know what you're doing too, because that was hard for me. So I'll show you here. This is part of my follow-up list. This is seriously so simple. It's just their name and what I did. And normally it's just I form a relationship with people. And then, or I invite them, and then each day, so I do that each day of my power hour, I do it on paper. And I fill it in then after to my business activity tracker. It's the easiest way. And oftentimes you should have, you know, 3 to 4 times the amount of follow-ups than your invites, okay? So say you have 10 invites per week. You should have at least 30 follow-ups. Of course, if you're just starting off, your numbers may be a lot smaller. But then how are you going to get those numbers up? Do you guys know? You're going to use I use this, what I made for you guys. It's the coach checklist. I just laminated mine, and I can use expo marker now on it, and then I can wipe it off at the end of the day. So the checklist is an emerald pusher and a diamond pusher, and diamond pusher is also for beyond. So if you're adding to your network each day, posting on social media, in Facebook groups, on Instagram, like, you will be adding to your network, and you have a lot more people to talk to than you really think. And if you guys are just starting off, don't be worried about the numbers, but I would start by having a hundreds list. Go through all your Facebook friends and write them down, the people you want to, reconnect with. Not who you think is going to buy a challenge pack, who you think is going to be a great coach. No, just write down their name and reconnect with them. Oftentimes, even if people don't sign up, you're going to have much more friends. I know for me, coaching has given me so many friends, even local friends. I have coaches on the team that I didn't talk to. I know Kate. I met her in minstrel show when I was, I just turned 14. So that was, 7 years ago. And we talked that one year, probably twice, 3 times. That's it. I was Facebook friends with her. And we didn't talk again until when, last August, when she signed up as a coach. And it's because and I was actually too afraid to follow up with her and talk to her. I wasn't afraid to follow up with her, but I was afraid to message her. I always had a fear of talking to people that were older than me. And I always thought, because I remember when I was younger, I would go do things. I would go get my nails done or whatever. And even now to this day, people look down on me because I'm so much younger than some others that are that do the same things that I do. And honestly, I still to this day, I get nervous sometimes because people look down sometimes on you if you're younger than them. So I was afraid to reach out to anyone, not just Kate. I mean, Kate's the sweetest person ever. But I was afraid to reach out to people that were older than me just because I was nervous. Because I thought, how would this girl who's, I was 19 when I signed up as a coach, why would a 19-year-old want to help me, or what would she know? So that's another thing. You need to get your mind right. My mind wasn't right in the beginning. I wasn't doing personal development. I didn't even know what personal development was. So I am here to tell you guys how you can cut these roadblocks or cut down what I did wrong. Okay, and it's hard for me to admit sometimes, but it's true. So when we're talking about following up, sorry, I'm getting so sidetracked tonight, guys. But I have so much to say. So when we're doing following up with people, you want to make sure you're tracking that so you know who you talk to and when. You also want to make sure that you are following up with everyone. I like to cross-reference sometimes and go through my Facebook messages or my text messages or emails and make sure everyone that I've been talking to is on my contact list, because it's easy to lose people in the shuffle, You don't want to forget to follow up with someone, because oftentimes when you do, I know it's happened to me, people think you forgot about them. People think you don't care about them, and that's exactly the opposite, right? We care about everyone that we want to help. We want to help them. So in order to really effectively talk to everyone and make sure that we're following up with everyone, you want to make sure it's all written down, whether it's all digital online on Google Drive. That's what I use. Or you can do it on pen and paper. I do a little bit of both. I just make sure they both match at the end of each business week on Thursdays, okay? So if you guys don't already track, you need to get onto that. Tracking even just on pen and paper or Google Doc, like I said, you need to. It's a game changer. I didn't do it for the beginning of my business, and my business suffered because of it. It's so easy to lose track of people that when you're clean eating group, people that didn't order, you just don't want to forget someone, count anyone out. Because like I said, I keep even past coaches who cancel or people who tell me no. I had so many people tell me no this week, and I don't care. I simply do not care, because guess what? They're going to come around. Like Carly and Caleb said, normally 9 out of 10 times they're going to come around. I've been shut down in this business more times than I can even tell you. And I'm such a sensitive person. And for me to be okay with it means that I have a good mindset going in this business. I do my personal development each and every day. And the days I miss it, I pay for it. I know I do. Because I'm not on my A game. And so this business is so mental. It's simple. It's simple, but that doesn't mean easy, right? So it's simple. You're going to follow the 3 vital behaviors, invite, you're going to do personal development, and you're going to be a product of the product. But I like to say there's 4 things to do. You want to make sure that you follow up with people, okay? So make sure you're doing those 4 things and adding to your network, and seriously, just sharing. You will go far in this business. So I'm going to cut the call. I know it's a little shorter and I kind of went off track tonight, but I hope it inspires one of you guys to get out there, start tracking and inviting and following up more. So tomorrow is the start of a brand new business week. It starts on Thursdays, and the business week ends Wednesday at midnight, Eastern Standard Time, so my time. And I always like to finish off my business activity tracker on Wednesday nights, make sure I'm all caught up for the week, and start a new one Thursdays. So if you haven't done one yet, I encourage you to do one. Even if you have no idea what you're doing, ask me. Ask someone on the team. Ask your coach. We're here for you. And I'm starting a new thing where on Thursdays, if anyone wants to, either send me their goals for the week, or they want to submit the business activity tracker for, critiquing or asking how I can help you guys, totally. I would love to do that. If anyone wants to commit to that, I would love to do it. So that's all for now. Bye, guys.